How's it going, guys? This is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. This is our Titan variant. We do it with the Warlock and Hunter every single Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So if you need a Nightfall guide to any class, go ahead and subscribe, because why look anywhere else? We also do Challenge of Elders guides every single Tuesday. All those links are going to be in the description box below. So hit subscribe, and let's go ahead and look at the modifiers, and then we're going to hit the setup, and then we're going to go ahead and lock the guide. Alright, modifiers are Void Burn, void damage from any source is greatly increased. Brawler, guardian melee damage is greatly increased. Fresh troops, some enemy squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements. Airbourne, players deal more damage while in the air, so jump a lot. And then Daybreak, which is pretty much mayhem clash in PvE. So you're going to get your recharge abilities way faster, so your grenades, melee charges, and supers are going to be constant, which is fantastic. As far as setup goes, we start off with the Hand of Judgment. Love this gun. I would recommend maybe like the Doom of Chalice Adept, or something along those lines, even if it's not Adept actually. And then we're going to rock Telesto, and then once we get to Malok, we're going to switch over to Devil's Dawn, and then we're using the Silver Dread. We're also rocking Armamentarium for double grenades. And then as far as this goes, we're going Untouchable. Reduces the cooldown time of Ward of Dawn. And then Bastion increases the duration of Ward of Dawn, so you're going to get this. You're going to get even more often than you already are. This is going to make it last longer. And then normally, I used to run War Machine, but now I run Unbreakable, where the Force Barrier continually recharges just like your health does. So when you take damage, it'll actually, Force Barrier will actually recharge, so it'll fill back up. It's pretty cool, pretty useful. And then of course we're going to rock Weapons of Light. We want as much Telesto damage as possible. And then we switch every now and then from between spike grenades and magnetic grenades, and then we go back to spike grenades. So let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, so the Nightfall section starts off right off the bat. So what you want to do is go ahead and just run all the way up here. And go ahead and jump up on this ledge. And then you're going to want to jump up to the right again. Yes, let me do it right here. And what you want to do is just take everything out. Hopefully you have enough Telestos to start you off. Go ahead and pop your bubble as soon as you get it. And just rock Telesto. Bam, boom, bam. After that, you're going to want to go run down to the door to start the next 3 encounters, which is pretty much just going to be this, but on steroids. There's going to be 3 majors that spawn in, either where I'm at right now, behind me, or across the way on that door, on the right side of the room. Either way, just be very careful, because they will spawn in. If you're using spike grenades, you can go ahead and throw it just like so, and it will kill them pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and do that. And then just take out the rest of the ads, and you're going to have to unlock the door. So an orb is going to appear after each wave of enemies is completely wiped out. So you do have to kill everything in the room before the next waves, before the key orb, whatever you want to call it, comes out. So go ahead and do that, and then the next wave will spawn in and do the same thing, and the next wave again, go ahead and do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so you can still see what I'm talking about while not taking 5 minutes to watch me do the same thing over and over and over. Alright, so once you get here, you're either going to get a room full of cursed thralls or an ogre. If you get the ogre, throw a grenade, throw your Telesto at it, and then it should be dead by the end of that. Otherwise, just go ahead and do that. That was a horrible bubble placement. You shouldn't have to pop a bubble. I was just trying to be quick and fast, and obviously it didn't work out. Now in this next room, it's pretty much going to be a bunch of thralls, and then 2 captains, 1 major, 1 normal. Go ahead and take all of them out. On the right hand side of the room, there's going to be 1 centurion. He's just regular health as well. I like to go ahead and throw a spike grenade where he's at, and he usually walks into it as you're coming around the corner, which is pretty nice, pretty convenient. So go ahead and do that. There's a couple of vandals in the back, as you can see, and there's going to be some more thralls in the middle of the room. Just go ahead and take all of them out, and we'll move on. Alright, so in this next section there's going to be a wizard that spawns in after all these explosions go off. You go ahead and just focus on her first. This is where I changed over to the magnetic grenades, just because I've died here and I was like, I don't want to do this again. But go ahead and take her out. Go ahead and take these 2, vandals out. And then in the back, there's going to be a bunch of scions and 2 vandals. Go ahead and take all of them out, and then we'll move on to the next section. Alright, so in this part of the room, there's going to be a bunch of thralls, all taken of course, and I believe it's 2 or 3 vandals. I think it's just 2, 1 on each side of the room, and then in the middle there is going to be 2 normal health captains. Go ahead and take both of them out really quick. And then there's also going to be a major centurion, who's a major pain in the butt because he throws those void orbs at you and they will hurt a lot. So go ahead and either hide in your bubble from them or shoot them. Either way, I would suggest shooting them just because, just in case your bubble runs out and that, oops, you're dead or very close to it. So just be very careful of him. He's also shooting void. I didn't notice that before. So go ahead and take him out, and then we'll move on to the next section. In this room, there's going to be 1 taken knight. Go ahead and take him out really quick. And then in the middle, as you can see, there's going to be a bunch of these guys, these phalanxes, and then there's going to be like 3 or 4 vandals. So just go ahead and take your time. There's no void damage in this room. Just go ahead and take them out. Take your time. I would suggest moving back to spike grenades in this section because there's a lot of areas where you can bounce them off of and they will shoot in the direction of these guys. As you see, that's what I'm doing right here. So go ahead and do all of that, and then we'll get on to the next section, a little tunnel. In that tunnel, there's going to be 1 captain and like 5 or 6 thralls. Go ahead and take all of them out. And at the end of that tunnel, there's going to be a little orb, and then there's also going to be a vandal. Just go ahead and kill the vandal, and we'll move on. Once you kill the vandal, go ahead and take out these, I believe there's 7 of these acolytes. Once you do that, go ahead and face towards the middle of the room where Malok spawns in, and then we're just going to damage the bejesus out of him. And then once he calls in his reinforcements, go ahead and head on back to this section right here. You're going to want to kill these enemies, but you do not want to kill the orb. If you do, you'll have to worry about these phalanxes spawning in again and again and again every time you kill that orb. So if you don't kill the orb, you don't have to worry about that, but this one time, and that is what makes it great. Alright, so Malok is going to have 3 waves of elemental damage types. First, he's going to start with arc. Then he's going to shoot some fire at you, which I'm pretty sure is what he's doing now. And then the final bit is he is going to throw those void orbs at you, like the centurions do. You definitely want to watch out for those. If you're 400 light, 1 of them will get you very weak, 2 of them will kill you, and then you'll have to start all over. And if you're less than 400 light, 1 of those orbs will one-shot you. So be very, very, very careful. If you want to not take the chance of shooting them down out of the sky, go ahead and just run back into this tunnel and kind of get towards the middle of it to where that orb is and stick to the left side wall, and you should be able to avoid them. They won't be able to come into the tunnel because they will be tracking you into the middle, and they'll all kind of fly to the middle of the room where they obviously can't get you because there's a wall there. So that's always good. What I also like to do is just kind of bounce around this room from left to right, going through the tunnel, and just taking out ads just to get those bonus points. You may or may not need them depending on how long this takes you. If you're looking for that sunrise bounty, getting that icebreaker. So just keep that in mind. Also, when you run out of Telesto bullets, just go ahead and switch over to your Void Sniper. It'll speed things up a lot, especially if it's max impact like Devil's Dawn, Ex Machina, or Event Horizon. Either 3 of those are great. And other than that, just pop a bunch of bubbles as well as throw your grenades. Popping your bubble will give you generating orbs, so you will get a few points for those. So go ahead and do all of that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and let this play out. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. That way you can get to the end of this video without it taking another 5 or 3 or 4 minutes. So go ahead, hit the like button if you found this informative, useful, helpful, whatever. Go ahead and do that. Rewards are at the end of the video. Stay tuned for those if you so feel inclined to see what I got. Maybe compare it to your rewards. And other than that, I will talk to you guys later.
We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you...